All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
2nd and 6. And he floats one there, incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. 3rd down here. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Mike 55, Mike 55. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Mike 55. Hey, Echo. Hey, eat. Don't get nervous. Hey, check Mike.
On 3rd down, Logan. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Set, ready? 70, Indy. Here we go. Here we go. Shoot.
On 1st down, Moss. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Logan. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 26. Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Let's make these babies 6'6", pull it high. Let's make these babies crawl. Bravo. Check 26, check 26.
Second and 9 now. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's third and goal. From the gun, Logan. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Go! At their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Under 10. Ready?
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Room here to run. A gain there of 21 yards.
Here we go.
They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now second and 4.
You better bring it. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Check 43. Hey, Jack.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
60 out now. Go. Watch the screen. Steve Griffin.
Murphy from the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. J.J. Watt drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
It's our time. Pick the edge. Come. Check 52. General West. Sure. He's rock it. Double up.
They'll run on first down. It's Moss. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Watch the screen. Topper. Bang, bang.
To throw on second down, Logan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it. 55's my guy. 55. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
From the gun on third down, Logan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one good for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
Their own 32-yard line.
Come on.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Don't be scared of it. Set, ready? 15 line. 15 line. Here I come. Clear. Check. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert. Recon, 132 fighter. Snap.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Got an open man. It's Ratley. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going to try and throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football one.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Logan. And he's going to go down again. Marcus Davenport able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very low. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Marcus Davenport in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
60 outlaw. Hey, box truck.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murphy. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Murphy. Operating from the gun. Going deep this time for Miller. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd down now, it's Moss. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on 3rd down.
Set, 8, read. 80 weapon. Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Show it up, show it up.
Operating from the gun. Logan. He's going to fire one deep. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. That's caught inside the 20. And he he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Damian Ratley, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Fred Warner in on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Off play action. Logan. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
90 Wolf. Hey, watch the protein spill. Watch the screen. Kill, 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 kill. Let's go.
To throw on 3rd down, Logan. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Murphy. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And now a hit. loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Past the 20.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Throwing to start the drive. Logan. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact.
And it's 3rd down.
Mike 51. Let's go, D.
Here's Murphy. From the gun, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Let's take it at around the 40. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Slam. 6-6. Bullet high.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Logan. Flush to his right. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27. Throwing on 1st down. Logan. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Murphy. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Logan. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 14.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Alpha. 56. Ready?
From the gun, Logan. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Moss. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Hey, I'm coming. Hey, exit. 55, mark, guy, 55. No. Topper! 2.
Operating from the gun, Logan. And that's caught by Smith. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Down. 50, play. 55. Let's go heavy. Let me what you got.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, Echo.
Here's a 2nd and 7. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
You can't block me. Jim. Bravo. 5.
From the gun, Logan. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly because it...
Oh, now Breida loses it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2nd and 11. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, that turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
At the 49ers, 17-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Logan. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down.
Ready, set. 55. Here we go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
Go! 55, Mike, 55. It's our time. Mike, 55. Right there. Shoot!
From the gun on 3rd down. Logan. Forced out to his left. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. And his kick is indeed good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeForest Buckner able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
On 2nd down, it's Moss. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Hey, wahoo!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Logan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. David Njoku. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Got it.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible, because right now he is wrecking things for them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Oh, fighting off the defender. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now Murphy to throw on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. That was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle